Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's certainly good to see you. It's good to be back in the Lord's house today. I hope you've had a wonderful week. Hope the Lord has richly blessed you in all your endeavors. It's been a work vacation for me, and I have no lie to tell you, I'm tired this morning. I've done a lot of stuff around the house and didn't even scratch the surface, to be honest with you. I probably need about another month off to get caught up, but it's good to be here. It's good to be able to do it. You know, I'm tired, but it's good to be able to do it. It's a blessing, and I thank God for it. You know, I was sitting there thinking this morning as we were singing, and thank you guys for the wonderful praise service, but nearly every church I pastored, at some point or another, someone has come to me and approached me and said, "Do you know what you'll be preaching Sunday? You know, we'd like to coordinate the service." And, you know, I'm just going to be honest with you. My personal conviction is I don't tell people. I don't mean to be rude, but I just don't tell people. You know, sometimes, and if you've ever preached, if you've ever been a teacher in a Sunday school class or what have you, then I think you can relate to what I'm talking about. Sometimes you know weeks in advance. There's been times when I've done series and, you know, it's all been laid out. It's been, all the books are spread out, all the commentaries, everything I need is laying there from week to week to week. And then there have been times when I woke up on Sunday morning and in all honesty, I didn't know what I was going to do. And the reason why I am hesitant about sharing is because I like the confirmation of the Holy Spirit. And, you know, this morning when they sung that last song, I was sitting over there with my head, I just don't know. I just don't know if this is right. And then the second or third line in that song said, "Your presence in me." And, you know, that's what I want to talk about this morning. You think about that. Now, this is not the punchline. This is not the crutch of the sermon or anything like that. But I want to share something with you. Is it not better to have Jesus in you than with you? Stop and think about that for just a second. I'll elaborate more later. But, you know, this week is the traditional celebration of Pentecost. And we think about Pentecost, and, you know, I'm going to talk about it in just a moment. I'll go into a little more detail. This is not exhaustive this morning by no means. I'm not going to hit every detail. I'm not going to bring out every theological thought or every doctrine that's mentioned in this second chapter of the book of Acts. But I want to take us back there. I want to take us back there and think about why it was important for Pentecost to happen. And there are two things, just simple this morning, that I want to talk about. Two things happened. We'll get to that in just a moment. But in Acts chapter 2, the Bible says, beginning in verse 1, it says, "When the day of Pentecost had fully come, they were all with one accord in one place. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it filled the whole house where they were sitting. Then there appeared to them divided tongues as of fire, and one sat upon each of them, and they were all filled with the Holy Spirit, and began to speak with other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. And there were dwelling in Jerusalem Jews, devout men, from every nation, under every heaven. And was that right? And under heaven, not every heaven, and under heaven. And when this sound occurred, the multitude came together and were confused because everyone heard them speak in their own language. It's amazing how God works. This is a reversal of the Tower of Babel. You know, God confused the tongues to halt the work at the Tower of Babel. Here, He's giving clarity. So pay attention to this. And it says, because everyone heard them speak in his own language. Then they were all amazed and marveled, saying to one another, "Look, are not all those who speak Galileans? And how is it that we hear each in our own language in which we were born? Parthians and Medes and Elamites, those dwelling in Mesopotamia, Judea and Cappadocia, Pontus and Asia and Phrygia and Pamphylia, Egypt and the parts of Libya adjoining Cyrene, visitors from Rome, both Jews and proselytes, Cretans and Arabs, we hear them speaking in our own tongues the wonderful works of God. So they were all amazed and perplexed, saying to one another, whatever could this mean? Others mocking said, they are full of new wine. But Peter, standing up with the 11, raised his voice and said to them, men of Judea and all who dwell in Jerusalem, let this be known to you and heed my words, for these are not drunk as you suppose, since it is only the 3rd hour of the day, but this is what was spoken by the prophet Joel. And it came to pass in the last days, says God, that I will pour out my Spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your young men shall see visions. Your old men shall dream dreams. And on my men servants and on my maid servants, I will pour out my Spirit in those days, and they shall prophesy. I will show wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood, before the coming of the great and awesome day of the Lord. And it shall come to pass that whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Men of Israel, hear these words. Jesus of Nazareth, a man attested by God to you by miracles, wonders, and signs which God did through him in your midst, as you yourselves also know. Him being delivered by the determined purpose and foreknowledge of God, you have taken by lawless hands, have crucified and put to death, whom God raised up, having loosed the pains of death, because it was not possible that he should be held by it. Amen. Can I get a witness? For David says concerning him, I foresaw the Lord always before my face, for he is at my right hand, that I may not be shaken. Therefore my heart rejoiced, and my tongue was glad. Moreover, my flesh also will rest in hope, for you will not leave my soul in Hades, nor will you allow your Holy One to see corruption. You have made known to me the ways of life, and you will make me full of joy in your presence. Men and brethren, let me speak freely to you of the patriarch David, that he is both dead and buried, and his tomb is with us to this day. Therefore, being a prophet, knowing that God hath sworn with an oath to him that of the fruit of his body, according to the flesh, he would raise up the Christ to sit on his throne. He, foreseeing this, spoke concerning the resurrection of Christ, that his soul was not left in Hades, nor did his flesh see corruption. This Jesus God has raised up, of whom we are all witnesses. Therefore, being exalted to the right hand of God, and having received from the Father the promise of the Holy Spirit, he poured out this which you now see and hear. For David did not ascend into the heavens, but he says himself, the Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand, till I make your enemies your footstool. Therefore let all the house of Israel know assuredly that God has made this Jesus, whom you crucified, both Lord and Christ. Now when they heard this, they were cut to the heart, and said to Peter and to the rest of the apostles, men and brethren, what shall we do? Then Peter said to them, repent, and let every one of you be baptized in the name of Jesus Christ for the remission of sins, and you shall receive the gift of the Holy Spirit. For the promise is to you and to your children and to all who are afar off, as many as the Lord our God will call. Verse 40, and with many other words he testified and exhorted them, saying, be saved from this perverse generation. Then those who gladly received his word were baptized, and that day about 3,000 were added to them. And they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship, in the breaking of bread and in prayers. Then fear came upon every soul. Many wonders or signs were done through the apostles. Now all who believed were together, and had all things in common, and sold their possessions and goods, and divided them among all, as anyone had need. So continuing daily with one accord in the temple, and breaking bread from house to house, they ate their food with gladness and simplicity of heart, praising God and having favor with all the people. And the Lord added to the church daily those who are being saved. Our Father, as we come before you, I thank you this day for this opportunity, this privilege to be in your house. I thank you for this Pentecost, Lord, that we celebrate the coming of the Holy Spirit, Lord. And Father, I just ask you today to just please speak to our hearts. Speak through me, Lord, the very words that are needful here. Lord, you know every heart, you know every life, you know every need, Lord. And may you go and accomplish that which your word has sent it to do, Lord. And Father, I just pray now that you would indeed forgive me of anything that would prevent me from rightly dividing your word of truth this morning. And Lord, I ask you to just, Lord, stand in my place. Just use me as your mouthpiece. And I thank you and praise you in advance in Christ's name. Amen. The term Pentecost means 50 or 50th. It was a celebration. It was a festival that was celebrated each year by the Jewish people 50 days after Passover. It is often called the Feast of Weeks, the Feast of Harvest. Originally, the feast was held in celebration of the completion of the grain harvest. Listen to this. Gladness and gratitude were the overwhelming attitudes of the festival. Gladness and gratitude. Acts chapter 2 is no exception. There is reason for celebration. There is reason for gladness and gratitude. At this Pentecost, there are two very important events that take place, and we're just going to briefly discuss them this morning. But number one, the believers receive the promise of the Holy Spirit. Number two, we have the birth of the church. And I know there are some people that may argue that it took place somewhere else. I firmly believe that this is the birth of the church. And I want to discuss these two events and their significance to us as believers. So first of all, the receiving of the Holy Spirit. Jesus, as we think about His earthly life and as He was preparing, and if you want to go back and what we're going to talk about this morning, John chapter 14 through 16 and 17 is a great place to kind of get as a background. Jesus was preparing His disciples for His departure into heaven. And Jesus was adamant when He insisted that it was needful for Him to go away. Now, as Mike, I think maybe brought up this morning in our Sunday school lesson, can you imagine how that they must have felt? And even Peter denied it. No, Lord, it's not going to happen that way. It can't happen that way. I have walked with you for years. I've been right beside you. I've witnessed everything that you've done. I've seen the ministry. I've seen the work that you've done. I have experienced you, Jesus. You can't leave me now.
That's it. Come on.
But Jesus was adamant. In fact, in John chapter 16 and verse 7, it says, it is to your advantage. These are the words of Jesus. Listen to what He said. It is to your advantage that I go away, for if I do not go away, the Helper will not come to you. But if I depart, I will send Him to you.
Come on. Yeah.
So let me ask you a couple of questions here this morning. Just bear with me. Number one, why was He so insistent on going away? Number two, what is the significance of the Holy Spirit, His ministry in us? And I want to quote a couple of phrases to you from Jim Cymbala. Jim Cymbala is a senior pastor at Brooklyn Tabernacle. They're well known for their prayer services, for their choir. And he wrote a book several years ago entitled Spirit Rising. And he says, listen to this. He says, and I quote, it is better to have the invisible Holy Spirit in us than to have the physical Jesus with us. No outward teaching can compare to the inward power of the Holy Spirit. And I'll go a little deeper in just a moment, but one more quote. Through His physical body, Jesus could be a mentor, He could be a teacher, a preacher, and friend to the disciples. But He couldn't produce change from the inside out. Now stop and think about that this morning. How do we develop as believers? How do we develop as Christians? It's not from the outside in, is it? It's from the inside out. And unless you have the Holy Spirit in you, you're not going to grow and mature into the person that God wants you to be, that He has planned and purpose for your life. What is the ministry of the Holy Spirit in the life of the believers? And I'm just going to briefly go over these. Number one, He guides. He guides. I've been listening this morning, and during our Bible study, our Sunday school time, there was talk about how the Holy Spirit speaks to you and tells you to do things. And you know, we've all been prompted. If you're a believer, you should have been prompted by the Holy Spirit to have done something in your life. Regardless of where, as the illustration was used during Sunday school, regardless of where, if you notice in a grocery line, someone is short on money, and you know, if the Holy Spirit may prompt you to step up and pay the difference or pay the bill. You have to be careful here. It has to be the Holy Spirit. I remember one time I was at a store, and I'm not bragging on me. I'm not perfect by a long shot. Can I get a witness? I'm not. I'm a long way from home. I'm just as messed up as you are. But I was standing in line one time, and I was sitting there, and I was in a hurry, like we always are, and there was this guy he had something on the counter, and he was paying for it. I paid no attention, and he was counting change, and I could hear her say, well, you're still short. So I reached in my pocket, and I grabbed some money, and I thought, well, I'll just pay the difference, not because I'm such a great person, but because I was in a hurry. I didn't have time for him to scramble around and look for more change. I had somewhere to be. And then I looked up and I realized that what this man was paying for was alcohol. And I said, no, I'll wait. I'll just be late, and call him and tell him I'm just going to be late. I'm not doing that. So, we have to realize that it's the Holy Spirit that guides us. And sometimes the Holy Spirit guides us to people, to help them, to encourage them, to strengthen them, to do all these things. But it has to be the Spirit's guidance, because there's a fine line there, isn't there? If the Spirit, we've been offended, all of us have been offended at one time or another by something that was said out of place or out of turn or whatever, and God wasn't in it. We realize that the Spirit guides us. He guides us. Number two, the Spirit teaches us. Teaches us. And we think about the Word of God. This is our primary source of instruction right here. But this is not the only way God teaches us, is it? It's not the only way God teaches us. We should be making mental notes every single day that we go through this walk of life. God teaches us through the Holy Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit that guides us and teaches us. Jesus even said that He would lead you unto all truth. We need God's teaching. God's teaching. We live in one of the most amazing times. We can go home and, we witnessed this just a few weeks ago during this virus when we weren't allowed to come to church. There was a lot of, you could tune in basically any time on social media, on television, computer, whatever, and you could hear preaching or teaching. But was it all of God? Was it all of God? We have to have that Holy Spirit that discerns within us what is right and what is wrong. And we use this as the determining factor. If it doesn't go along with God's Word, then don't go with it. Don't go with it. I read a quote just last night, and I know I'm going to mess this up. I know I'm not going to get it right, so I'm just going to paraphrase it. It was from Billy Graham. He said, I learned a long time ago that, my actions have to be in coordinates with the Word of God. Amen? It's not about, the world. I can remember one time, a few years ago, a lady, an evangelist, got on television and she said something, and I'm not going to call her name. We'll talk about it later. This is on Facebook. It'll go on YouTube, and it's not worth the hassle, okay? But this lady got up in front of a huge audience, and she said, God wants you to know it's about you. It's what makes you feel good. It's what you want to do. Well, I had briefly heard that statement, and just so happened Renee and I were visiting a church that next week. And that pastor got up, and God bless his soul. He hit it head on. He was much braver than I did. He called her name out. He told where you could find the entire quote. He did everything. Gave you links to it. And he talked about what a disgrace that was. You see, it's not all about you. It's about Him. It's not about what makes you feel good, because I'm here to tell you this morning, if you've ever walked the Christian walk, you're going to know there's going to be some times when you're uncomfortable. There's going to be some times when you feel like a fish out of water. But that's all part of the guidance and the teaching of the Holy Spirit. And that brings me to this third point. You know, what is the ministry of the Holy Spirit? He empowers us. He empowers us. Have you ever done something that you thought, there's no way I can do that? There's no way I can do that. That's not me. That's not in character. That's not in tune with who I am. I could never do that. I've heard people say I could never teach Sunday school. I could never lead singing. I could never be a youth director. I've heard all those statements down through the years. And some of them went on to be some of the best I've ever known, exactly what they thought they couldn't do. And it was because the empowering of the Holy Spirit. He empowers us. He empowers us. He enables us. That's another term, I guess it kind of goes hand in hand with it. He enables us to do what we within ourselves could never do. I never pictured myself up here before a crowd this morning. Listen to me, I'll be totally honest with you. I'd like to be home in bed. I'm tired. I would like to be doing other things. But it's the Holy Spirit that empowers me, that enables me to stand here this morning and share with you God's Word. Listen to this. This is a good one, and I've leaned on this many times. Do you realize that the Holy Spirit makes intercession for you? He makes intercession for you. Romans 8:26 says, "For we know not what we should pray for as we ought, but the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered." Now, I'm not asking you to raise your hands this morning in agreement or disagreement or whatever, but have you ever been there? Have you ever been to that place when you've been so down and out, when you've been so distraught, when you bow down and you're like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. You know, in fact, I from my own admission, I have bowed down and just, in the recliner, that's my altar. In the living room, that's my altar. And I've done my devotions and I bow down there and I'm like, what now, God? What now? What do I say? You know, you're God. You know everything that has got me backed in this corner. What do I need? I prayed simple prayers. It's just as simple as help. Help. Just help, Lord. That Holy Spirit. I love this. And I don't know, maybe when we get to heaven, after the first 10,000 years or so, maybe God will explain this. What are those groanings which cannot be uttered? Is that the soul? Is that some kind of special language that our soul makes between us and God that maybe we don't understand yet? It's getting out there. I'm in left field now, but listen to me. The Bible says that the Holy Spirit makes intercession for us. Listen to this one. He transforms and conforms us to the image of Christ. That's why it is so important to have Jesus in you.
Amen.
He conforms you. I love what my former pastor used to say. He said, I remember when I got saved and life went on and a lot of things changed. And he said, I come to the conclusion that I've not quit dancing. I've just changed partners. I've just changed partners, things. And it's amazing how that the things that we once hate, we now love. The things that we once loved, we now hate.
Amen.
We don't enjoy them anymore. They don't bring any satisfaction. But God transforms us. I'm not the man I used to be.
Bless Him, Lord.
Thank God.
Come on.
Thank God. He conforms me into His image. Am I perfect? No. I'm a long way from it. I'm nowhere near perfect. I'm still a work in progress. And you know when that'll be complete? You should know the answer to this. That's right. When you die. When I'm eternally transformed. He transforms and conforms us. What about this one? He strengthens. Maybe I've touched upon this just a little bit. He strengthens us, doesn't He? The Holy Spirit strengthens us. You know, we've all had those instances in our life when we've dealt with circumstances that were maybe beyond our control. You know, people make the argument that a lot of our circumstances are self-inflicted, and they are. I can't argue that, but not all of them. Sometimes people break our heart. Sometimes our children break our heart. Sometimes co-workers and dear friends that we thought we could count on break our hearts. It's the Holy Spirit that strengthens us and enables us. He gives assurance. He gives assurance. I remember several years ago, the first pastor, maybe seminary professor I ever had heard say this. I just had to stop for a second and say, did I just hear that right? He said, you know what, guys? He said, I don't always feel like I'm saved. I don't always feel like it. You know, whether it's the devil that comes to us or our own doubt, confusion, I think in all honesty, maybe we could all relate to that, couldn't we? I don't always feel like I'm saved. I don't always feel like I'm a perfect recipient for heaven. I mean, read the back of the book. Read about heaven. Does it sound like a place where I belong? Not as I am. But I have the assurance of the Holy Spirit that nothing... Listen to what Paul said. Let me just turn there for just a second. Let me just bear with me just a second. I think I can find it pretty quick. Just bear with me. Listen to this. This is assurance. Paul wrote this to the church at Romans. He said in chapter 8, he said, who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Amen. Shall tribulation, distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? As it is written, for your sake we are killed all day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Yet in all these things we are more than conquerors through Him who loved us. For I am persuaded, that's the assurance of the Holy Spirit, for I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other created thing shall be able to separate us from the love of God which is in Christ Jesus our Lord. Amen. That's assurance, isn't it? Hallelujah. Nothing can separate us. He gives us assurance. He imparts the love of Christ to us, doesn't He? He imparts the love of Christ. You know, there are times when in each of our lives when we feel distant. Maybe from those that we love the most. Maybe from our closest friends, our nearest relatives. Maybe even our spouses. We're distant. And we wonder. Come on now, don't look at me like that. We wonder. We entertain the thought. Do they really love me? But we never have to doubt God's love. I remember the story, and I'm not going to go into details about it, but I remember the story of a man who was talking about being in a foxhole during wartime, and he and his friends was sitting there, and they were eating a candy bar, just talking. And suddenly a grenade came in. And his friend looked at him in the eyes. He threw his candy bar down and he dove on that grenade to save his friend. And Brennan Manning would later go on, and he took a saint's name. That was Brennan. He went on to be in the ministry in a different denomination. He had to take the name of a saint. He took the name of his friend, Brennan. And he was talking to his mom, and Brennan's mom, and he said, do you really think that Brennan loved me? She jumped to her feet and put her finger in his face and said, how could you doubt His love for you? He died for you. How could we doubt the love of God? He died for us. What more could He do to show His love for us? The Holy Spirit, He molds us and makes us into the man or woman that God wants us to be. The salt of the earth, the light of the world. Salt, we think about salt. It's a preservative, isn't it? But it also creates thirst. It adds flavor, doesn't it? Light, scientifically, there's no such thing. Light is simply the absence of darkness. But Jesus said, you are the light of the world. You know, we think about this list, and this is not an exhaustive list, as I talked about a moment ago, with the functions and the significance of the Holy Spirit. But it's more than enough to prove His importance in and through the life of a believer. God gave us the Holy Spirit at Pentecost. And then the church, and I'm nearly through. I'll hurry. I'll step it up a notch now. We're about out of time. But we talked about the imparting of the Holy Spirit, the reception of the Holy Spirit. What about the institution of the church? The birth of the church. What is its significance in and through the believer? Well, first of all, and I've just listed 3 or 4 here. The church is a place to learn, isn't it? It's a place to learn. I know we come here, we open our Bibles up, we break it down, maybe verse by verse sometimes. Sometimes we talk in depth about particular subjects, but we also learn from each other, don't we? We also learn from each other. You know, I've been in church with people who have suffered immensely. And you know, I'll just be honest with you this morning. I have honestly caught myself wondering, you know, if I could do that. If I could suffer the loss that they've suffered and still hold my head up high, still smile real big, still radiate the love of God. And then I realized, no, I couldn't do it, not in my own power. But through Him I can. Peter said to be, look at the context of that passage. I know we use it in apologetics a lot to defend the gospel, why we believe what we believe. But read the context of that. When Peter says, be ready always to give an answer to men of the hope that is within you with meekness and fear. Go back and read the prior verses. Peter's talking about suffering. He's talking about persecution. Be ready always to give an answer when men ask of the hope that is within you. Listen to me. How can we learn from each other? We realize that this is not all there is. There's a better day coming. You know, we've all lost loved ones. We've all seen those saints of God go on to heaven before us, and it's broke our hearts. We've seen the suffering of people. I tell you what, I've been in hospital rooms. I can't describe to you what I've seen on occasion. Why would a person have to suffer like that? That's give their whole life to God. And then I realize this is only temporal. The story doesn't end here. You know, we go to the cemeteries, and I've been to hundreds of them. And I've even stuck around sometimes. And you know, I've seen them, with all due respect, I don't mean anything disrespectful about this, but I've seen them shovel the dirt back in on top of them. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. But that's not the end. That's not the end. You see, for the saint of God, that's just the beginning. That's like a birthday in heaven. When you leave here and arrive there, it's like a brand new day. It's like all this was a vapor. It was in preparation for that day. We learn. Number 2, we live in community. I know, I told you I'd hurry. I'm going to move on. Try to keep my word. We live in community. That's what a church is for. With common interests and goals. Living in community. What does that mean? You know, Peter used a Greek word here, and it's talking about much more than what we realize. Having all things in common. It's more than that. It has the connotation or the idea that we do life together. Do life together. When one hurt, they all hurt. One suffered, they all suffered. When one laughed, they all laughed. When one cried, they all cried. Living in community. What does that involve? Sometimes that means rolling up our sleeves and getting our hands dirty. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment, just a little deeper, that'll bring clarity to that very statement. Sometimes it means getting involved, doesn't it? The church is a place to lift each other up. Lift each other up. You say, well, I don't understand. There's two ways, specific ways in which you can lift each other up. Number one is through prayer. Number one is through prayer. You want to lift somebody up, pray for them.
Come on. Yeah.
Pray for them. And I had this challenge one time. You ought to try it sometime. You get mad at somebody, try praying for them. It's hard to be mad at somebody you're praying for, isn't it?
It is. That's right.
It really is. You want to encourage, you want to be lifted up. Prayer is one way. Encouragement is another. Encouragement is another. I just want to say this morning, but someone had to sweep the floor this week. Someone had to turn the lights on. Somebody controls the thermostat. Somebody works the sound system. Somebody got up here and practiced before they sung this week. Somebody studied their Sunday school lesson. Somebody unlocked the door this morning. You see, there are a lot of little things that probably go unnoticed that shouldn't. Have you thanked somebody for sticking around and locking the door? Doesn't seem like much, does it? But it's important. You don't want them left open all week, do you? But we take for granted that somebody's going to do it. Encourage each other in the work that they do, regardless of what it is in the house of God. And then, this one's going to sound kind of different, but this is what I feel like the Lord laid on my heart. We learn at church, we live in community, we lift each other up, and then we leave an impression. We leave an impression. You leave an impression whether it's good or bad, don't you? Can you argue that point? We leave an impression whether it's good or bad. There have been people, I shared with you about my friend the last few weeks. He left an impression on me. There are people that have left an impression on you in church, haven't they? Good and bad. All right, let's keep it civil. Good and bad. They've left an impression. We leave an impression at church, don't we? Do we take it serious? Do we believe what we teach, what we preach, what we sing about?
Come on, Chris.
Are we pray? You know what? I've always wanted to ask this question. I've heard people stand up and say, well, you need to pray for so-and-so. And I've even heard of churches that had, and they had to cut back on prayer time because it took up too much time. I've heard of churches doing that. We're going to keep it simple. A list. Whatever. Submit a name. And we'll pray for them. But I've always wanted to ask. We'll stand up and say, well, brother, just remember my neighbor John and all that he's going through. And, he lost his wife and his son's out of work, or maybe someone in his family suffering addiction. And I've always wanted to ask and said, are you praying for John? Are you praying for John? Really? We ask others to do that. What we need to be doing to start with. Don't ask them to pray if you're not praying.
That's right. Come on.
Leave an impression. I ran across this, and I'm going to close with this. This will be food for thought. On a dangerous seacoast, where shipwrecks often occur, there was once a little life-saving station. The building was primitive, and there was just one boat. But the members of the life-saving station were committed and kept a constant watch over the sea. When a ship went down, they unselfishly went out day or night to save the lost, because so many lives were saved by that station, it became famous. Consequently, many people wanted to be associated with the station to give their time, their talent, and money to support its important work. New boats were bought, new crews were recruited, a formal training session was offered. As the membership in the life-saving station grew, some of the members became unhappy that the building was so primitive and that the equipment was so outdated. They wanted a better place to welcome the survivors pulled from the sea, so they replaced the emergency cots with beds and put better furniture in the enlarged and newly decorated building. Now the life-saving station became a popular gathering place for its members. They met regularly, and when they did, it was apparent how they loved one another. They greeted each other, hugged each other, shared with one another the events that had been going on in their lives. But fewer members were now interested in going to sea on life-saving missions. So they hired lifeboat crews to do this for them. About this time, a large ship was wrecked off of the coast, and the hired crews brought into the life-saving station boatloads of cold, wet, dirty, sick, and half-drowned people. Some of them had black skin, some of them had yellow skin. Some of them could speak English well, some of them could hardly speak it at all. Some were first-class cabin passengers of the ship, and some were the deckhands. The beautiful meeting place became a place of chaos. The plush carpet got dirty. Some of the exquisite furniture got scratched. So the property committee immediately had a shower built outside the house where the victims of shipwreck could be cleaned up before coming inside. At the next meeting, there was rift in the membership. Some of the members wanted to stop the club's life-saving activities, for they were unpleasant and a hindrance to the normal fellowship of the members. Other members insisted that life-saving was their primary purpose and pointed out that they were still called a life-saving station. But they were finally voted down and told if they wanted to save lives of all those various kinds of people who would be shipwrecked, they could begin their own life-saving station down the coast. And do you know what? That's exactly what they did. As the years passed, the new station experienced the same changes that had occurred in the old. It evolved into a place to meet regularly for fellowship, for committee meetings, for special training sessions about their missions. But few went out to the drowning people. The drowning people were no longer welcome in that new life-saving station. So another life-saving station was found, and further down the coast, history continued to repeat itself. And if you visit that stretch of seacoast today, you'll find a number of adequate meeting places with ample parking and plush carpeting. Shipwrecks are still frequent in those waters, but most of the people drown. Again, this is not an exhaustive list of all that the church entails, but it more than highlights the significance of the church and the work God wants to perform through His people and His church. Our Father, as we come before You, I thank You for this day. I thank You for all of Your blessings. As we commemorate Pentecost, Lord, I am so grateful that You send that Holy Spirit that lives within me, that guides me, that directs me, that teaches me, that even reprimands me on occasion. I thank You for Your presence in me, Lord. And Father, I thank You for Your church. It's not perfect. There's a lot of work to do, Lord. But it's a place where we can learn. It's a place where we can share and live in community. It's a place where we can find the encouragement and the prayers that we need. It's a place where we can leave an impression. Father, I just pray this morning you knew in advance who would be here. You knew our hearts. You knew our needs. Lord, now I ask you to do your work. As was stated in our Sunday school class, some water, some sow, but only you can give the increase. It's in your hands, Lord. May you do the work that only you can do. Conform and transform us into what you'd have us to be. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.